Hello, and welcome to our deep dive into the red boots and blue tights of one of pop culture's most enduring figures, Superman. Since his debut in 1938, the Man of Steel has become a global icon, representing truth, justice, and the American way for generations. Portraying such a beloved character is a truly career-defining moment for any actor. Stepping into the role of Superman goes far beyond just learning lines. It involves immense physical demands and philosophical challenges. Actors must embody someone who represents absolute good in an often imperfect world, a heavy weight to carry. Each performer through the decades has brought something unique to the character. They also navigate the intense pressure of fan expectations. From Christopher Reeve's iconic portrayal to recent actors like Henry Cavill and the exciting new casting of David Corenswet, these individuals offer us fascinating insights into their experiences. Let us journey through their remarkable stories. We begin with Christopher Reeve, whose 1978 Superman film set a definitive standard. Reeve approached his role with almost obsessive dedication. He was not there to win a popularity contest or simply have fun. His focus was solely on putting something entertaining on screen for audiences. This serious approach sometimes created tension on set. Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane, recalled their clashes. If she improvised, Reeve would stop the take, telling her she could not do that. She would respond fiercely, reminding him it was his first movie and her 10th. Reeve saw himself as a temporary guardian of an essential piece of American mythology. He took his responsibility as custodian of Superman's legacy extremely seriously. Looking back, he reflected, "I was 24 and dead serious, with dead being the operative word there, really. I mean, I just took this thing like it was a Bible." His belief in Superman's moral core was profound. Reeve felt that the Superman he knew would sooner lose his own life than allow a human life to be taken. He considered Superman's inherent goodness to be his biggest weakness, a truly insightful perspective on the character. Moving to the 1990s, Dean Cain offered a groundbreaking interpretation in Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. Cain truly appreciated the show's unique twist on Superman's identity. For him, Clark was the main character, and Superman was actually the disguise. Cain explained, "Clark was the real character, the real identity. Superman was the disguise." A powerful quote from the show sums it up perfectly. "Superman is what I can do. Clark is who I am." This flipped a traditional dynamic, making Clark Kent central to the hero. Unlike some other actors who don the cape, Dean Cain actually preferred playing Clark Kent over the superhero persona. He found greater depth and truth in Clark's human identity. The distinction between Superman's abilities and Clark's true self was key to his performance. He also had a memorable first experience with the Superman costume. Cain recalled, "The first time I put the costume on, it was scary, terrifying. It was just a lycra jumpsuit, and he liked the color, but he was nervous. It was not until the iconic S-shield was slapped onto the chest that he finally smiled, not out of fear, but out of pure happiness. That moment must have been incredibly impactful, transforming a simple suit into a symbol." Next, let us consider Henry Cavill, whose portrayal in Man of Steel and other DC films demanded an extraordinary physical transformation. Cavill himself stated that the physical training for the role was extraordinarily intense. He found that these physical demands profoundly changed how he moved through the world. Cavill acknowledged, "You definitely do walk and move differently." This deep immersion clearly went beyond just building muscle. Cavill also felt the immense weight of responsibility that came with wearing the costume, especially when interacting with fans. He described this as the biggest of effects so far, emphasizing that it is a really important responsibility to portray such an iconic figure correctly. For British actors like Cavill, mastering an American accent presents an additional hurdle. When asked about developing his Midwestern accent for Superman, Cavill simply explained it was about dedication. His method was drill, 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 practice, practice, practice. Cavill approached the infamous Superman curse with skepticism. He stated, "I honestly don't believe there's a curse. I think there's been some bad luck in the past, but I don't think it's any curse." He remained grounded despite the legendary superstitions surrounding the role. He found navigating the dual identity of Clark Kent and Superman a fascinating acting challenge. Cavill described it as finding an honesty to Clark. Kal-El, the better way of saying it because he is both Superman and Clark. This highlights the deep connection between the two identities. Perhaps the most consistent theme across all actors' experiences is the profound responsibility of portraying such an iconic figure. Cavill recalled a moment when he realized, wow, this is massive. He learned he had to ignore that feeling. Otherwise, he explained, he would be focusing too much on the pressure instead of dealing with the important thing, which is doing justice to the character. This mental fortitude is clearly as crucial as the physical strength required. Now, let us look to the future with David Corenswet, recently cast as Superman in the upcoming Superman Legacy. Interestingly, Corenswet expressed his interest in the role years before securing it. In a 2019 interview, he shared, "My pie-in-the-sky ambition is definitely to play Superman." He even specified the type of Superman he hoped to see on screen. Corenswet stated, "I would love to see somebody do an upbeat, throwback take on Superman." He acknowledged Henry Cavill's dark and gritty take, but expressed a desire for the next iteration to be very bright and optimistic. This vision for a bright and optimistic Superman aligns perfectly with the direction described by DC Studios heads James Gunn and Peter Safran for their upcoming film. It suggests a new era for the character on screen. Playing Superman often came with unique challenges that went beyond the acting itself. Christopher Reeve had a tumultuous relationship with his trainer, David Prowse, during the filming of Superman, the movie. Prowse later claimed that Reeve had already become a diva. The lasting effects of taking on the role are undeniable. Dean Cain noted that 9 times out of 10, when someone stops me in public, there is a Superman reference. The character truly becomes intertwined with an actor's public identity. The philosophical challenge of portraying absolute goodness is a recurring theme among these actors. How you make such a morally perfect character relatable and compelling in an imperfect world. It is a demanding task. Balancing the two identities, Clark Kent and Superman, is a complex acting challenge that many performers found fascinating. It requires portraying both the vulnerable human side and the powerful superhero. The sheer weight of iconography is perhaps the most consistent aspect of portraying Superman. Every actor feels the immense historical and cultural significance of the character they are bringing to life. As we have seen, the journey of playing Superman is transformative, demanding, and incredibly rewarding. Each actor leaves their unique mark while also carrying on a legacy far greater than themselves. We hope you enjoyed this look into the lives of the actors behind the Man of Steel. If you found this video insightful, please consider supporting our work. Your contributions help us continue creating content that explores the fascinating world of cinema and its iconic figures. Every bit helps us bring more stories to you. Thank you for watching, and stay super.